Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Let's see. Happy Friday to everybody. Yeah, happy Friday to everybody. What is this? June 6th. Yeah, June 6th. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Emma, Daryl. Hey, Emma, how are you? I haven't seen you here in a bit. Emma, Daryl, Mike, JW, Ed, good morning. Alpha, Julie, Gold, Terry, Daryl, Roger, Chip, Joe again. Good morning to everybody. All right, let's see what we've got. Well, evidently, I've got the SPY up here, and evidently, the market likes the job numbers here. Here we're popping up. So it looks like there might be a chance that we grab that 600 up here today. What a crazy market, huh? Yesterday, it just seemed like, oh man, doggone it, bears taking control, and here we are. Bulls are coming back. So maybe we break out, maybe we get that 600, and then we can reach up for what the highs up here, some all-time new highs in the SPY, what in the neighborhood of 612, 613s. That would be pretty cool if you ask me. Hello, Tommy. Hey, John. Hey, Coach. How you doing over there? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Vern, good morning. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's take a look at a few things. T2123, it never broke down yesterday, but I got to tell you, made me nervous because VXX was popping up a little bit. I suspect that'll be down today because the market's up a little bit. So once again, I guess you hold true to this T2123. It doesn't seem to lie, that's for sure. So that's still bullish. Let's come over here. Let's look at some Qs maybe. Qs looking pretty good. IYT. The transports, they could be a little bit better, but I don't think they're horrible here. It looks like they've found a place to stop that pullback that was going on. So a little pullback here. We've got this run up, and then you've got a little bit of a pullback. Gets ahead of itself. Charts do that. They get ahead of themselves a little bit, pulls back. Looks like it's finding some support right in here. Now we just need buyers to lift that up, or we just need the transports, to push us up here, start their motors and get going. SMH, well, that's just rocking. SMH is rocking. The market doesn't need the transports to go higher. SMH could take it higher. And vice versa. The market doesn't necessarily need SMH, but it will need IYT. It's going to need one of those. If it ever gets both of those at the same time, well, we've got ourselves a pretty nice market. Let's go back to the SPY here. And let's look at some charts. I closed out on my TOST yesterday. The market scared me. It really did. I didn't like the VIX moving up. I closed out on my TOST, and I'm very, very willing to get back into it. So likely to do so. Maybe today, 46.30, 47.50 are my targets up here. And then, once we get through those, then we can look at higher targets. BB is setting up pretty nice. We've got this nice, where is it here? There we go. Nice little consolidation going on. Nice little box. All these candles, they're inside an inside day to this big candle right there. And that's some really nice consolidation. So buying in this inside the box is good buying, and a breakout becomes good buying as well. 455. Almost $5 up here. And then once it breaks out of that, we can look at higher numbers up there. Hey, I want to remind everybody that this Monday, Doug at Right Way Option has an open house all day from 9:30, market open to market close. I highly recommend stopping in, saying hi. If you're able to be in the room all day, it'll be well worth it. If you work for a living somewhere else, and if you get a lunch break, stop in on your lunch break. And here's a little here's a little tip for you. When you're in there, download the app, and then what'll happen is when Doug sends out an alert, if he's buying something or selling something, you will get that alert for 7 days. Little tip right there, okay? But after 7 days, it will turn off. But here it is, open house, June 9th, starting at 9:30 in the morning Eastern, okay? All right, let's take a look at some more charts here. Amazon, take a look at, there's actually a lot of charts setting up. I mean, I could sit here all day and look at charts, or a couple hours anyway, maybe not all day. But Amazon is starting to move up. Next target I'm looking at is 221 up here, and then we can go up here to 232 and then possibly higher. It just needs to clear those as well. ARKK, this is another one that I was in yesterday because, well, yesterday, here's what happened. I had an alert set, and we went up over the alert. That's what the candle looked like. So I bought the alert, and by the end of the day, we're down. So I ended up getting out of that. Just I couldn't take that candle, too much heat. So I got out of it. Now it looks like we're moving up again. So, the market's back in its little bullish trek to the upside, slow grind up, wall of worry, bullish wall of worry. So ARKK is one that I will be looking to buy back again. Targets around 60 and then 61 up there. All right, let's see. Anything here? Daryl, yeah, Daryl. Watching DIR. That can't be right. DIR. UN. So Daryl's watching UN coming off the bottom here. Good price action right there. So Daryl's that's not UN. UN. Nope. Hey, Daryl. Yeah, I'm not getting some of those that you put up there. Let's see. Market likes the unemployment report. Yeah, it seems to for sure, doesn't it? Definitely done. Is that going to be TSX dot something? TSX dot, is it going to be that TO? No. Yeah. Canadian there. Yeah, I need the US. I need the ticker symbol for me over here. Is that two of them there? He meant DIR .to. Yeah. All right, let's move on to something else that's working here. Take a look at EQT. If AQT pushes up through 56.30, I'll be alerted, and then I'll start looking at that as a possible buy. AMD, take a look at AMD. AMD, here's the 50% retracement up here at 52.75. And I think that's a real possible target up there. So keep an eye on that one, and then we'll look for the next target up here. Do keep in mind on AMD, though, the 200 is very clear. Most people have the 200 on their charts, but there's the 500 period moving average. So we're going to need to get through 134.60 to get to 152, and then to get to 169 up here on AMD. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It's looking pretty good. Nike, there's a lot of people eyeballing Nike here lately with good reason, very good reason. We've got a nice trend working here. And then we've got a nice little box being put right in there. So buying in the box certainly seems like, a good idea. And then watch for the breakout, that breakout. Now, well, if we break out too much, what has to happen then is you've got to wait for a pullback, or you're going to end up chasing. So, say we break out like that. Well, you don't want to be buying up here. You're going to have to wait for that pullback a little bit. And there'll be some folks, if it breaks out, no matter what, they're going to wait for a pullback. So, what is your, how do you like to make your sandwiches? That's what you have to think about. Where's your entry? Where's your, what's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite pizza? When you figure that out, there you go. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? ARKK LB. Yeah, take a look at that one. Nice trend. So what do we have here? We've got a nice trend. Here we've rallied up. You've got some momentum. You pull back. A little choppy through here, a little ugly. But all of a sudden, here's the price stepping up. Yesterday was pretty good. Today's showing positive strength. Nice one there. Let's flag that. Thank you, Chuck. What else do we have here? AE, here's one I'm watching. AEHR, we start to break out. Next targets up that I see are 1250 and 1395. And even if we pull back, I would love for this to pull back a little bit more. Give me more of a 3/8 trap entry in here. I would love that. But if it doesn't, if it just breaks out, that'll show me that the bulls are interested, and then might look at that. And like I say, we're going to look at those higher numbers for targets. Even if it pulls back, those are still the targets I'm looking at. Hey, Mike, good morning. NVIDIA. What's NVDA? There we go. NVIDIA. Yeah, that's setting up. I mean, 3/8 trap right here. Pretty clear targets, if you ask me. Put it right there. NVIDIA still trending. It's a, you want to watch for resistance. Keep that, watch for that resistance. But when you have price above the T line above the trend indicator, and they're relatively close, it's not a runaway. See how this up here? It's a runaway. That gets overbought. See how far we are from the T line. See how far we are from the trend indicator here. Overbought. And this is not too bad. You do have a little bit of resistance floating around up here. And the market, as long as the SPY stays bullish, then, I mean, it's hard to turn charts like this down, real hard. Roku was bullish yesterday. See, yesterday, a lot of charts, they were punished, maybe, and they shouldn't have been. So Roku had this pullback. Now we've got an inside day to the wick up here. Looks like it's trying to move higher. Let's put this on Roku. There's that 50% retracement right there. So that's the first place I'm going to look at this going to. And then the second place, about that 84.75, and then about 91.70 up here. If you look at that 91.70, look how it matches the price action right there. If you take a look at this 84.74, look how it matches the top of the price action up here. So it gives you great targets. Let's see here. Walmart. I'm always a Walmart watcher, and I've got an alert set on this. Let me change that. There we go. I've got an alert set on Walmart. So, we pop up through 89.70, basically over the T line. Then I might start to look at that to buy that one. WM. Good morning, S. Yeah, WM is setting up. Nice little rally. Here's a pullback. Little hammered yesterday. Nice bottom wick on it. And then a little doji today. We've got a flag going on here. Pretty good flag. Watch for that breakout on that. So looking pretty good. What else do we have? Bros. We were in Bros and closed Bros yesterday. Not near the top. It was just under that green line right there. Made good money on that. Now, it pulled back pretty hard, and now we're having a little bit of a doji here. So Bros, next target up, once it gets past that 76.90, it's going to be about 81.80. GGLL, Rickster, yeah, that's on my watch list. That's setting up for a buy right now. Yeah. Nice little 3-8 trap here. Targets to the upside. Well, there's a lot. There's the 50% retracement. There's a lot going on before we get there. We've got these highs. You've got the dotted deuce. You've got the 500 period moving average. You've got the 200 period moving average. So there's a lot going on right in here. Doesn't mean that this can't move up. That would be the target that I would be looking at. First big target, minor targets in there. But it looks great to me. Rounded bottom breakout. Yeah. What PYPL? What are you looking like? Take a look at PYPL. That looks like it's setting up. Here we went from a low to not quite a bullish engulf, but it's certainly a bullish piercing candle. And then we had immediate follow through, a little bit of a rest yesterday, and looks like we're moving up today. So if you look at this right here on the dotted deuce, it stopped right there and stopped right here. So maybe we get through this time and we head to that 200 period moving average. Clear the 200, and there looks like there's a fair amount of, in fact, I'm going to just change this to that right there. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. So targets to the upside here. And we better put one, let's see, on that 50% retracement. PYPL, I think that's looking pretty good here. Real nice. All right. Happy Friday to everybody. Let's see, what else? Anything? Hey, don't forget again, this coming Monday, that's the Monday after this weekend, for those that are not sure. Monday, June 9th, 9:30 a.m., market open house with Doug. Please remember to get that app downloaded while you're in the room. You have to be in the room to pair it. Once you're there, download that app, and then after the open house, your alerts will work for 7 days, okay? And then it just turns off automatically. So you'll be aware of what Doug and Right Way Options is buying or selling, or any comments that he puts on the app, okay? So that's pretty good deal if you ask me. All right, you guys take care. All right. Well, one more, Daryl, my REZI long trade has been stumbling, maybe stumbling, but it looks like it's ready to rock and roll now. Bulls are stepping right up. Overall, what a nice chart. Let's flag that. Oh, it is flagged already. What a nice chart. You know, here we are up. We pulled all the way back, and there's the pop, the upside, and then here's the consolidation right there. And you can see we're popping out of that consolidation. All right, you guys take care. We'll see Hit Run Candlesticks members. We'll see you at the bottom of the hour when the market opens up. All right, you guys all take care. Thank you.